ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਰੇਡੀਓ USA ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਰਾਜਕਨਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਾਂ ਬਾਰਟਨ ਐਵੀਨਿਊ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੋਂ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਰੇਡੀਓ USA ਦੇ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਨਜ਼ਦੀਕ ਇੱਕ ਗੋਲੀकांड ਵਾਪਰਿਆ ਆ। ਦੱਸਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਆ ਹੁਣੇ ਸ਼ੈਰਿਫ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਾਈ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਸੀਗੇ। ਜਿਸ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਖੜਾ ਆ, ਇਸ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਜਾਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਗ੍ਰਿਫਤਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਆ। ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਸ਼ੈਰਿਫ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਫਰੈਜ਼ਨੋ ਕਾਉਂਟੀ ਦੀ ਫਰੈਜ਼ਨੋ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਇਹ ਕਾਰਵਾਈ ਨੂੰ ਅੰਜਾਮ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਆ। ਪਿਛਲੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਕਲਿੰਟਨ ਐਵੀਨਿਊ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਡੱਚ ਬ੍ਰਦਰਜ਼ 7-11 ਅਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਟੋ ਜ਼ੋਨ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪਾਰਕਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ ਵੀ ਗੋਲੀकांड ਵਾਪਰਿਆ ਆ। ਉੱਥੇ ਹਾਈ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਆਪਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੜੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਇਵੈਂਚੁਅਲੀ ਗੋਲੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਚੱਲੀਆਂ, ਜਿਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਭੱਜੇ ਆ। ਇੱਥੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੱਕ ਵੱਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮਾਤਰਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨਫਰੀ ਪਹੁੰਚੀ ਆ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਲੀਕਾਪਟਰਸ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਮਦਦ ਲਈ ਗਈ ਸੀਗੀ। ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਰੇਡੀਓ USA ਦੇ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਤੋਂ ਇਹ ਕੁਛ 100 ਯਾਰਡ ਹੀ ਦੂਰ ਆ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਗੋਲੀकांड ਵਾਪਰਿਆ ਆ। ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਜ਼ਦੀਕ ਹੀ ਹਾਈ ਸਕੂਲ ਆ। ਮੰਨਿਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਹਾਈ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੇ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ ਆ। ਜੇ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੁਣਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਉਸ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਬੈਕਯਾਰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਸ਼ੱਕ ਆ ਵੀ ਗੋਲੀकांड ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਸੀ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਗ੍ਰਿਫਤਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ। ਉਹ ਦੱਸ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਠਾ ਸੀ। ਅਚਨਚੇਤੇ ਉਸਨੇ ਬੈਕਯਾਰਡ 'ਚ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਿਆ, ਉਸਨੇ ਰੌਲਾ ਪਾਇਆ। ਬਾਹਰ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦੇਖੀ, ਸ਼ੈਰਿਫ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇਖਿਆ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਰੌਲਾ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਸੱਦਿਆ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਗ੍ਰਿਫਤਾਰ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ। ਤੇ ਉਸੇ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਵੀ 3 ਜਾਣਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੁੱਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗ੍ਰਿਫਤਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਆ। ਸ਼ੈਰਿਫ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਯੈਲੋ ਟੇਪ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਲਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਆ। ਇਹ ਪੂਰੀ ਦੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗਲੀ ਆ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਐਕਟਿਵ ਕ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਸੀਨ ਦੇ ਤੌਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਦੇਖੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਆ। ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਕੋਈ ਖਤਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ। ਇਹੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਗਿਆ, ਦੱਸਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਆ ਵੀ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਗ੍ਰਿਫਤਾਰ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਆ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੋਵੇ। ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦੇ ਦੁਆਰਾ, ਸ਼ੈਰਿਫ ਦੇ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਬਾਕੀ ਆ। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂਆਤ ਹੋਈ ਸੀ 버ਗਰ ਕਿੰਗ, ਕਲਿੰਟਨ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਪੈਂਦਾ 버ਗਰ ਕਿੰਗ, ਉੱਥੇ ਲੜਾਈ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਈ ਸੀ। ਬਾਅਦ 'ਚ ਇਵੈਂਚੁਅਲੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਹ ਲੜਾਈ ਆ ਉਹ ਲੜਦੇ ਭਿੜਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਆਟੋ ਜ਼ੋਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਗਏ। ਆਟੋ ਜ਼ੋਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਲਾਕਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਸ਼ੈਰਿਫ ਦੀ ਜੂਰਿਸਡਿਕਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਅੰਡਰ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਆ। ਪਹਿਲੋਂ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਆਇਆ ਫਰੈਜ਼ਨੋ ਦਾ, ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸ਼ੈਰਿਫ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਪੂਰੀ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਅੰਡਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਲੈ ਲਿਆ ਤੇ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਜੇ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਆ। ਸ਼ੈਰਿਫ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਟਰਸ ਆ ਘਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਿਆਨ ਆ ਉਹ ਲੈ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਬ੍ਰੇਕਿੰਗ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਰਾਜਕਨਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਰੇਡੀਓ USA ਤੋਂ।
Robert Asensio, ROBERTASCENCIO.
So tell us what you saw this afternoon.
Well, I'm in my little man cave, and my wife and her friend were playing cards, and she starts hollering and screaming that there's some kids in our backyard, run through their backyard. So I was on the phone talking to one of my friends, so I come running out there and seeing all the police action and everything and not knowing what was going on. So her friend and myself were facing my backyard, and all of a sudden this kid walks out from behind. I got a little storage shed, and he's kind of dusting himself off, and so I holler at him, tell him to get the hell out of my backyard, and I come running to the front door, and the cops were standing over here, so I hollered at him and said, "Hey, there's a kid in my backyard." And then they come running over there, and you can hear the trash cans tussle over there. I guess they were fighting with him, and then I just found out just a little while ago that I guess there was a fight and then a shooting, and so when the canines got here, they went into my little shed, and I had just cleaned it up back there, so there was no footprints or nothing, and he just went out there and showed me that there was they found a cell phone. Erase this. Hang on. Cell phone, a pair of socks, and it looks like the kid vomited, and they got waiting for the crime scene bureau to come over and take pictures of it, I guess, and that's where we're at right now. But that was
Sorry, was there only one kid?
I saw one. My wife saw one. The other lady saw one. There's 3 different kids.
3 different kids.
And I was talking to the officer that's guarding the phone back there, and he said that I guess they caught 3 of them. There was 3, and they caught 3. So I guess
From your backyard?
no, they only caught 1 in my backyard. I don't know where they caught the other 2 at, but so that's the most exciting thing that's happened here in a long time.
Did you see any blood?
No. I don't even know if anybody got hit with the gunfire. I see there was a pickup down there, and I think it got shot at from what I understand. So I don't know.
When you initially saw the kid in your backyard, your wife saw the kid in your backyard, did you just kind of expect it? Did you expect
Nobody.
to see something this big?
I didn't expect to see anybody. I got gates locked, and there should be nobody in my backyard. And all of a sudden, this strange kid is back there, and I hollered at him to get the hell out of my backyard. And he just dusting himself off like he belongs there. Then I heard him jump the gate because there's a lock on my gate, and I heard that the fence rattle. And by that time, I'd already come to the front door and hollered at the cops, and they come running over there, and sheriffs grabbed him. But I still didn't know why. I didn't know until later on that I guess there was a shooting and a fight, but that was kind of scary. And then they just told us to stay away from the windows, don't go out in the backyard. And they had their guns drawn. They were waiting for some action, I guess. But yeah, haven't seen this many cops around this neighborhood in a long time.
Do you ever expect something like this to happen in your neighborhood or at your home?
No. There was a shooting probably 14, 15 years ago, and a person got shot and landed between the two houses and ended up dying. But that's 15 or 18 years ago. And breaking into cars and stuff like that, but nothing like this. So, I don't know. I kind of think that the kid next door might have something to do with it too, but he's kind of been known to run with the wrong crowd, and I don't want to say nothing, get myself in trouble, but worthless.
So are they letting you back in your house and
Yeah,
you're just
yeah.
not in the backyard?
Yeah, just not in the backyard.
How old do you think the kid was? Any idea?
High school age.
High school age?
Yeah. So, 14, 15, maybe 16 at the most. Dreadlocks, long hair, dreadlocks, and he just come walking out like he was suntanning or something. And it just shocked me because as I'm talking to my wife's friend, I'm like facing her and facing the window, and all of a sudden I seen his head bopping up on top of the fence. It shocked me because there's not supposed to be anybody in my
Did you hear
back.
anything before you saw him?
No, didn't hear nothing or see nothing. And I kind of thought my wife was kidding when she said that she saw two kids running in the backyard. Because I keep the house locked. Even when I'm even at home, I keep my garage door down and I keep my doors locked because I don't want somebody walking by and walking up to the house and try the door and the door's open and they walk in. So I feel pretty safe and secure in this neighborhood. But you never know. You just don't know.
Does this incident change your perspective
No.
on that? No?
No. I was telling the officer I had to sign a waiver that they get my backyard. I've been around this a long time. I just retired from the city. I just had 39 years. I was a mechanic for the city. And I worked for the police department for almost 15 years as a mechanic. And you hear a lot of stories and stuff like that. A lot of stories that the general public don't get to hear. And some of it is, like hearsay, and then you kind of think, how true is it? How serious is it? And then you get stuff like this, then it makes you think. It makes you think, how safe are we? How safe and secure is your house and your neighborhood? And one good thing about this place, everybody that's here has been here a while, so they kind of know who belongs, who doesn't. We kind of watch out for each other. There's there's only a few people in the neighborhood that are still working. Everybody else is retired, so we all kind of watch each other's property. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel closer to my neighbors. So
It sounded pretty tight. We came over and you were talking to another neighbor earlier.
yeah, this guy lives right here. Yeah, and then this guy's got cameras. The lady next door's got cameras. They have a camera. I think they have it. They used to have a camera. They haven't been here very long.
Do you have the cameras?
I don't have a camera.
You happy with the response of the sheriff's department? How quick they got out here and handled everything?
They were out here before we knew it. for them to go check my backyard, it took them a long time. And I was kind of, I'm not going to say upset, but I was kind of shocked that when I hollered at them, they came running pretty fast. And then you would think, I would think that they would be right Johnny on the spot to check my shed, but it took them another hour and a half, 2 hours before they even checked my backyard.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know if they knew something. Maybe he was the third guy. Maybe the threat wasn't there. But it just seemed like it sure took a long time before, or they were waiting for the dog. So maybe that's why they didn't go back to it, because they were waiting for the dog. So, but other than that, like the one guy that's back there securing, he'd been there for maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, and I offered him a drink. I gave him a Gatorade, and he appreciated it. I give these guys credit. They got a hard job. But, yeah, I kind of thinking maybe the response probably could have and should have been a little bit more quicker of securing my house. But they did tell me, don't go back there, stay away from the windows. And when they went back there, they had their guns drawn. They were ready. They were ready for whatever. So, yeah. But I love it here. I love this neighborhood. I just, sometimes things happen and you don't know. But you got to be prepared. You got to, you don't want to get your guard down and be too relaxed, and then something like this happens and you weren't prepared. I could have had my house unlocked, even though we were home, and somebody could, in a hurry or trying to get away from somebody, walked up and rattled my door and thought, hey, it's open, and then what am I going to do? It's too late. So I keep my doors locked all the time. Even when I'm out here doing front yard work, my door's locked and my garage door's down. So, other than that, that's about all I got to say.
Thanks.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
ਸੋ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਜਾਈਏ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬਾਟਨ ਤੇ ਟੈਰਸ ਤੇ ਆ, ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਰੋਬਰਟ, ਜਿਸ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਵੀ ਕੀਤੀ, ਉਹਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਵੀ ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ 15 ਜਾਂ 18 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਗੋਲੀ ਚੱਲੀ ਸੀ। ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਵੀ ਕੁਛ ਨਿਆਣੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਉਸ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਮੌਤ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਸੀ। ਅੱਜ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਨਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਖੂਨ ਦੇਖਿਆ, ਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਸੀਗਾ, ਪਰ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਗ੍ਰਿਫਤਾਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਲੈ ਗਏ। ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਹਾਈ ਸਕੂਲ ਏਜ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ। ਉਹਦੀ ਘਰ ਵਾਲੀ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਾ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਕਾਰਡਸ ਖੇਡ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਰੌਲਾ ਪਾਇਆ ਤਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਨਿਕਲਿਆ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਘਟਾ ਘੁਟਾ ਝਾੜਿਆ ਸੀ, ਜਿਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਨੇ ਸ਼ੈਰਿਫ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਗ੍ਰਿਫਤਾਰ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਬੰਦੂਕਾਂ ਤਾਣ ਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਆਏ ਸੀ ਇਸ ਹਵਾਲੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਪਰ ਉਹਨੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਵੀ 1.5 ਘੰਟਾ ਲੱਗਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਦੇ ਬੈਕਯਾਰਡ ਨੂੰ ਪੂਰਾ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਉਨੀ